All right, let's get the show on the road. I do believe that the 8th of September is the last 100-year measurement since 1895, I think. I got records that go back to 1895. And during that period, from 1895 until present, this is the last 100-degree reading in the season. And that was set back in 1939. Record low, 37 degrees, set back in 1932. We move on to what's happening outside right now. We've had lots of clouds, less sunshine today. Yesterday we might have had, if you added up every minute of sunshine, we might have had 50 minutes of sun. Today it's been more like 3. And but still, we managed to get up to about 72 at the Wheeling, Ohio County Airport. 71, popular number. New Martinsville, Cambridge, and Steubenville. 75, Washington, and Morgantown. Winds are very light, generally coming in out of the northeast, 1 to 3 miles an hour. Still have this big upper level disturbance which is just kind of spinning over the Ohio Valley. Lots of clouds. Most of the rain is now to the north of our area. We are looking at a few showers in Guernsey and Tuscarawas County, but we did have a package of rain move through, as most of you know, a couple hours ago, coming in from the south and heading out to the north. Here's the cloud shield associated with Hurricane Katia. Right now, highest sustained winds at about 85 miles an hour. We'll show you a track of Katia in the near future. And fortunately, the real super monster heavy rains have weakened quite a bit from the Virginia northern neck up through just east of D.C. up into the Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and eastern parts of Pennsylvania area. So things are going to be improving over the next, may take about 4 days, but eventually we're going to be getting this yellow object in the sky again. And it should warm up a little bit too. Fortunately, the heat wave is over in Texas. 84 for Dallas on the 9th of September is not hot. It's very close to the average. And we'll show you a little bit later, predictors indicating there will be a system that could end the drought. Wouldn't that be nice? It's like Dust Bowl down there. And, of course, there have been fires around places like Austin. And Austin, Texas being a little bit further south from Dallas and maybe a smidge closer to Houston and closer to San Antonio and Corpus Christi. Well, there you can see still on the cool side here over the eastern Great Lakes, New York, New England. We push the button. That takes us to our dew point. Water vapor. It's a measure of how much water is in the air. That is the gaseous state of water. You can feel it, but you can't see it. And it's still pretty high, super high there in the D.C. area, but we're expecting humidity levels will be dropping slowly. Now, all the watches and warnings continue from the Laurel Highlands eastward, Shenandoah Valley, the Susquehanna River Basin area. So we would expect this Susquehanna River to be rising rapidly over the next couple of days. Still got problems along the Missouri River. And then we still have lingering effects from Tropical Storm Lee, which is the same upper level disturbance that's been bugging us for the last couple of days. And there it is. You can see it kind of spinning around. So there's our upper level disturbance. We got something else developing here in the Gulf, and that's going to be moving up along the east coast. Here's the hurricane. You don't see a well-defined eye with it. And it does look like an eye is kind of like maybe going through transformations where it looks good for about 4 or 5 hours and then it breaks up and maybe a new eye forms, and it's interesting dynamics there. And the heavy rains have lightened up quite a bit over eastern Pennsylvania. So we push the button. That'll take us to Predictor. There's the hurricane off the coast, Katia. And this I represent as an upper level disturbance which is going to continue to kind of spin over the area. There we are, late Thursday into late Friday. Now, Katia will probably not get any closer than about 700 miles from here. It'll be 700 miles to the east. I don't think it'll have any effect on our weather, even indirect effects on our weather. Still, we'll have this big upper level low, which will have more effect on our weather than the monster hurricane off the coast. And then as you go into Saturday, still you notice the green indicating the showers, and here's our upper level disturbance still kind of spinning around the area. And then even into Sunday, we're still under the influence of this upper low. You could put like low pressure there too at the surface and still having an effect on our weather. But we've got a system coming in from the northwest, and there's this thing called Henry's Rule that they used to use on the west coast there to figure out when a cutoff system like the one we have over the Ohio Valley, when is it going to be kicked out? And I think the deal was when the upstream system is within 1,400 kilometers of the downstream blocking system, that it gets kicked out. And that's what's going to happen here as we go into Monday. Kind of loses its identity, and then we get a cold front, which is going to be playing a role in the weather next week. So there's a possibility, even though it's not shown well here by Predictor, there is a possibility we may get a round of showers and thunderstorms associated with the cold front Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. Right now, Predictor's only going out to about 2 p.m. on, well, we'll update it. So for the 6 o'clock news, we'll have it go out to 5 p.m. on Tuesday. And maybe then it'll begin to show a chance for some showers. And also, you notice two systems. Here's hurricane, tropical storm probably, Maria. Could become a hurricane. And, well, we got more on that track in a minute. But notice this system. I don't know if this is Nate or not. Could be Tropical Storm Nate, which is now down in the Bay of Campeche, southern Gulf of Mexico. But this thing looks like it's going to move into Texas, and that's exactly what they need. They need a system that's going to sit over them like this one has sat over us. And instead of giving 1 to 3 inches of rain like we've seen, they need about, well, actually there's some spots that need 18 inches of rain. But, of course, we don't want to get 18 inches of rain in one day. We don't even want to get it in 1 week. Yeah, this getting rid of these droughts takes a while. But if we can get 2 to 4 inches of rain out of this system over like a 2 to 4 day period, then they won't get massive flooding, and it'll be huge drought relief. So anyway, we'll go back to the tracks of our two storms. Here's Hurricane Katia. Highest sustained winds right now. It's back up to 85 miles an hour. And I'm going to adjust this thing to show you where it goes. It goes all the way north of Ireland by Tuesday. And it takes a long time for it to lose its tropical characteristics and its strength, simply because it's passing over water and it's not coming anywhere near land. And anytime you get a hurricane that gets near land, it really messes things up for it. It loses its symmetry, and you get increased rainfall rates, and it slows down the winds, and there's friction and all sorts of stuff. There's Bermuda, and there's the Cape Hatteras. So it looks like it's going to pass just halfway in between the two. Now, this might be great for surfers along the coast, from, say, Myrtle Beach up to Cape Cod. They may have some just excellent surfing from this system. A lot of times what will happen is as it's like parallel to you, the water's just too choppy and everything. But after it moves away, like at 12 or 8 hours after it moves away, sometimes the waves kind of like the swell is still there, but the choppiness leaves, and you get these beautiful waves. So anyway, surfers are looking forward to that. Here's Tropical Storm Maria. Right now, still indicating that it could remain a tropical storm. If this track is correct, it's going to be a little bit further south than Hurricane Katia, and probably, 2 weeks behind the passage of Irene. So it's possible that this thing could strengthen. If it were to continue the track, it might be moving into the Carolinas and might even send us a few raindrops. Not this weekend, but maybe next weekend. So it's always something to talk about weather-wise, and we like that. We got the flag there on Sunday in memory of the 10th year anniversary of 9/11. And it does look like showers on and off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then poof, all of a sudden that upper low just kind of loses its identity, opens up, moves on out, and all of a sudden we start getting more normal-like September weather. Typically, September can be very dry with lots of sunshine, cool nights, sunny, warm days. And it looks like we could be flirting with upper 70s, might even touch the big 80. And at this point, I'm putting showers and thunderstorms in here late Tuesday, kind of like a Tuesday night into Wednesday morning deal. We'll have to see whether that pans out or not. But it does look like an air mass change will occur, and we'll go from a low of 60 Tuesday morning to maybe upper 50s Thursday morning, a high Tuesday in the upper 70s to a high Thursday in the low 70s. So, hey, lots of cool stuff going on weather-wise as usual, and we'll be talking about it again tomorrow.